and welcome to Cooking Veranda, my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make tomato pickle. So let's do it. I have taken 1.5 kgs of ripe tomato, washed, cleaned and cut it into very small pieces. Now we are going to cook this tomato without adding any water until it becomes very soft. Now I'm keeping it on the stove and in a very low flame, let's cook it until it becomes very soft. So we can close the lid and leave it as it is till it becomes soft. I think it will take around 10 to 15 minutes to become very soft and nicely cooked without any water content in it. Till this gets cooked, let's dry roast and powder 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds and 2 teaspoons of fenugreek seeds. See, it will be like this. Grind it into a fine powder and let's keep it aside. Now let's take 1 lemon-sized tamarind and soak it in warm water. Don't add too much water, maybe a 1/4 cup water will do. So now let's see, our tomatoes are getting cooked. See, now it has become very soft, but there is some more water content remaining. So we will keep it for some more time until the water content is fully gone. At this point of time, we can add the tamarind juice so that the tamarind juice and tomatoes, both of them, will get cooked along. Make sure there won't be any water content remains in these tomatoes, because when you are making pickle, if there is water content, then the pickles can get spoiled very fast. So let's cook both the tamarind juice and the tomatoes together and make sure there is no water content remains in it. If there is no bubbles coming out of the tomatoes, then you can make sure that the water content is fully gone. I have soaked a lemon size of tamarind in 1/4 cup of water and I have squeezed all the pulp out of it and I am adding the whole pulp into this tomatoes. Here you have an option to increase or reduce the size of tamarind according to your taste. If you don't like too much tanginess, you can reduce the tamarind taste. Also, if you don't want to add tamarind juice, then you can add 2 tablespoons of vinegar into it. So make sure you are not using any synthetic vinegar, but use apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is anyways healthy, so it is not going to harm you. So you can add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar at this point of time. Okay, now we will add salt into it. So far we have not added any salt, so I am going to add salt into this now. And make sure you are adding salt as per your taste. There is no particular measurement for salt, so you can add as per your taste. It's always better to add a lesser quantity of salt in the beginning, because if the salt is less, you can add later. But if you are adding more salt, then there is no chance that you can reduce the salt. So better always add little amount of salt and taste it, and if you feel like you want to add more, then you can add more. There is no problem at all. Now, as you can see, our tomatoes have cooked very nicely and it becomes very soft. So now we can close the fire and keep it aside. And now let's go for the second step. Here I have kept a pan on the stove and I am adding 100 ml of sesame oil into the pan. When the oil becomes hot, we can add 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds. And when the mustard seeds crackles, we have to add 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. Fry for a little while until the fenugreek seeds becomes slightly golden brown in color. Always use sesame oil or mustard oil for any pickle preparations. Don't use any other oil for the pickles. In South India, people use sesame oil and in North India, people use mustard oil. But both oils are good for pickle preparations. So now I have added half a cup of garlic, whole garlic peeled. Add into it and fry for a little while until the garlic becomes soft. Make sure the garlic is not getting burnt or turned brown. We need only a soft garlic and that's it. Now I'm adding a handful of curry leaves. Curry leaves are just a flavoring agent for the pickles. Hence this also has no measurement. You can add as per your choice. Fry the curry leaves for another 2 minutes and now we have to add some whole red chilies. Whole red chilies also you can add as per your taste. Here I have added around 6 to 7 whole red chilies cut into 2 pieces. Fry for another 2 minutes. Now let's reduce the flame to very low and start adding our masala powders. So first I have added 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Now the second ingredient is asafoetida powder. Now we have to add 2 teaspoons full of asafoetida powder. Mix well, and now we have to add the chili powder, red chili powder. Here I am using a mixture of normal red chili powder and Kashmiri red chili powder. So normal red chili powder will give more spice to the pickle, and the Kashmiri red chili powder will give more color to the pickle. So mix equal quantity of red chili, Kashmiri red chili and the normal red chili. So here I have added 3 teaspoons of normal red chili powder and 3 teaspoons full of Kashmiri red chili powder, makes a total of 6 teaspoons of red chili powder. Now again, if you want more spice, increase the chili powder, the quantity of the chili powder, and if you want less spice, reduce the quantity of the red chili powder. It doesn't make any difference, because always the spice should be as per your taste and your convenience. So you can reduce the chili powder or you can increase the chili powder. It's all up to you. Fry the red chili powder until its raw smell goes. Make sure you're not burning the red chili powder. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to add our tomato and tamarind pulp. So we have already fried and kept it aside, if you remember. So now we are going to add that tomato into this particular mixture. Pour the mixture very slowly and gently into the pan. Make sure you're not burning your hands, because there is a chance of oil to splutter. So do it very softly and very gently. Once you finish adding the tomatoes into the oil, now what you have to do is add another 100 ml of sesame oil more into this mixture. So we have added 100 ml of sesame oil in the beginning in order to fry the curry leaves and the garlic, etc., etc. So now after pouring the tomato pulp into this particular mixture, you have to add 100 ml more sesame oil into this. So now it makes 200 milli sesame oil added into this tomato pickle. Now let's add the powdered mustard and fenugreek seeds. If you remember, we have already powdered 1 teaspoon of mustard and 1 teaspoon of fenugreek in the beginning. So now I am adding that into this mixture and mix thoroughly until the tomatoes and the powders and the masalas, everything mixes well and the oil separates. Mix thoroughly until the oil separates. So you have to wait till the oil separates. Now you can see the oil is bubbling on the sides, and this is the time where we can understand that our pickle has no water content and our pickle is ready. Keep it aside until it becomes cold. So once the pickle is cold, we can bottle it. Keep in mind, always use glass bottles to store pickles. Tip number 2 is always use smaller bottles for storing the pickles. If you use bigger bottles, then there will be more empty space available inside the bottle. So more air circulation will go on, and because of that, the pickles can get spoiled very fast. So better there shouldn't be any empty space inside the bottles. And tip number 3, never ever use wet spoon to serve the pickles. Now my pickle is cold, so I am going to bottle it. So make sure you are filling the bottle fully with pickles. So after filling the bottle with pickle, boil 50 ml of sesame oil more and let it cool, and once the oil is cold, add it on top of the pickle. The pickle should be filled with sesame oil on top. In this way, you can keep the pickle outside and use it for a long time. If you don't want to cover the pickle with oil, then you have to keep the pickle in the fridge. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Till we meet next time with an amazing recipe. Thank you for watching my video. Take care and bye from Cooking Veranda.